Hello, beautiful heart and souls. Crystal Lynn here. Welcome to my channel, Tune Into Love. Thank you for joining me for another pick a card reading. So, this pick a card came through as what would love do if I were you? And it feels to me as this is a perspective of the person that you're in a relationship with, whomever it is that you're dealing with. This is coming through as their perspective. What would love do if love were in their shoes? So, it will allow you a broader, deeper, wiser perspective as to what they're experiencing and help you be more attuned into responding in your integrity. Okay, we have 4 different groups. Really tune into your intuition. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a moment and breathe and just allow your feelings to guide you to whatever group of cards feels right for you. And thank you all so much for subscribing. Please do, if you haven't already, liking, sharing, commenting the videos, and please connect with me on social media. I really enjoy connecting with you all over there. Those links are in the description. And with that, we'll just get right into it. I will put timestamps in the comments for all of you. Group number 1. Hello, group number 1. How are all of you beautiful heart and souls? Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So what would love do if I were you? This is for the person that you're in connection with, okay? The person you're thinking about right now. Let's see what energy they're feeling right now. Never-ending story. Everything I need comes to me in the perfect time. I relax and enjoy life. I know that whatever I need to know is revealed to me in the perfect time and space sequence. So they're really being guided to trust right now and to become aware of whatever limiting programs, belief factors, thoughts that are holding them back. They seem to be in a repetitive, never-ending story, like a broken record. Really learning how to trust that everything they need comes to them in the perfect time, allowing themselves to let go, or being shown to let go of any sort of control issues, fear-based thoughts or ideas that are fueling them in this never-ending story, okay? Twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. So they may feel they're your twin flame. I'm sorry I held myself back with you. This person feels, what's happening for them is that some insecurities are coming to light for them. Some habits, some beliefs that are not truly allowing them to feel their authentic self and see their authentic self, okay? This is a twin flame relationship, and it is meant to shed light on anything we've had hidden in the shadows that don't belong, right? So I just feel like this is a lesson in trusting the flow, trusting your feelings. They may be caught up in their head right now. They held back from you for whatever reason. They really feel this is, maybe they're not sure. This is a twin flame connection. There's something here that's holding them back from really embracing their true authentic self, what they really feel in their heart. Why am I happy? How have I changed from being in a bad mood to enjoying my happiness? How do I feel when I feel happy? So love is really encouraging them to tune into their heart and their happiness. What truly matters at the end of the day, how you feel at the end of the day, because we can engage in so many different activities and people and places. However, it's what we're engaging with, who we're engaging with, their energies, that everything affects us. So that's really being highlighted for them right now, and they may feel a bit overwhelmed and feel stressed out and not sure how to respond. It can feel like a lot, right? This woman's got her hands over her head, like her head's like kind of up, but she's like, I don't know. This is never ends, right? So they need to reach a place where enough is enough. And they really choose to look at what they need to look at. It's like avoiding what we need to see, and we're just like, oh, everything's fine, and we just, that's kind of what they've been doing. And so they haven't been receiving what they need like they normally do. And it's due to being caught up in the thoughts and the mind of the fear-based reality and limiting things. And it's all rooted in our family conditioning, our society conditioning, feeling self-conscious about things when we don't need to. It's like maintaining a mask or a persona, and it's just breaking through that. We all go through that journey. So having that awareness really can help you hold space for this person and be at peace with whatever's happening, not need to force anything to happen, no pulling or pushing, just allowing them to be shown in their own time, however their soul is showing them. And when you hold space, instead of judging them or projecting this thought like, that's a never ending story, like they're feeling that. So in your mind, whenever you feel the thoughts arise, just remind yourself, this is a never ending story. That's right. So embrace love. Like you can respond to it in your mind in ways that are, intuitively guided and instead of counterintuitively. This is a twin flame relationship. There is an energy here of balance and coming together, whether this is a friendship, a child, a family member, a partner in some way. It's someone who is a mirror aspect of you, a way that complements your energy and you complement theirs. And there's just been a bit of, disbalance, dissing happening here. Okay. So they may have experienced, in their lifetime being put down or disrespected. And so they're learning how to respect themselves. They're really learning how to um, create boundaries through opening their heart and choosing love and tuning into happiness and joy and what it really means. The root of happiness is love, right? So we have child here. You care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. So they may have children. They may very much love children, and that's playing a role in why they're feeling stuck. It's getting into habits and financial situations and family and all of that. There's a recognition here of maybe unhappiness between them and a child or children where they normally feel like really good around children. And so they're recognizing that it's something going on deep within them. And they have a very special connection to children. You do as well. And so it could be children involved that are causing a bit of a fluctuation in energies and just finding balance. But this truly feels rooted in, true happiness, contentment for all. Like everything that's happening is happening for the greater good. It's really happening for healing. Retreat into nature. They may be retreating into nature quite a bit, taking walks, going to the park, just having alone time amongst nature, trees, beach, whatever, wherever they are. I feel a lot of green life. I feel like they receive a lot of insight and clarity and just like they feel their peace when they're in nature. And even overall, this person may have gotten a little disconnected from nature recently. And so that tends to, if we're going through something and we're disconnected from what truly fuels us and nurtures us naturally, it can seem like, what's going on? However, it's recognizing, oh, I allowed myself to stop doing the things I love because I was focused on this. And then we feel this happiness come through we see a reflection of ourselves of who we really are. And we're like, so I feel like this is all happening so beautifully for a reason. And they have, they're remembering their own ways of tuning in and aligning with themselves. And that's really what it's all about, reconnecting. Oh, the moon card here, confront. This is, again, the inner child. They're being guided to do some inner child work here, especially, if we are having any concerns or issues with our own children, there is inner child work that we need to address ourselves within our own self and our own path. And it really is a blessing in disguise. It's really what allows us to reconnect if we've been disconnected and to then begin to feel ourselves again, our own authentic selves, our own authentic natures, our own authentic aspects, what we truly enjoy, the energies, the principles of love, our own courage, confidence, our creativity returning. I feel like there's this connection with the inner child. It's like maybe becoming more responsible in the world disconnected them from their inner child in a way that they didn't even recognize. And it's through the connection of nature, the inner child, the play, the creativity. There's something here about the creativity, really tuning into the heart and soul, the unseen energies, the invisible energies, maybe getting too caught up in the physical reality and losing track of the foundation, like forgetting to eat. And then all of a sudden you're starving and you're just like, oh, I'm so hungry. And your body's like, well, you haven't eaten in a day, It's like there's this clear recognition, like, oh, so instead of like beating themselves up or being like, what went wrong, they're like, oh, that's what happened. They've been guided to confront, whatever it is, their shadow here. It's like he's standing here. The shadow is in the unseen, right? It's like you forgot about your shadow. You forgot about your spirituality, your gifts, the magic. Something here distracted this person from their magic, and it almost feels counterintuitive, like they were trying to create a life of like magic and wonder for maybe themselves or children, and through that process they completely lost sight of the entire thing. However, through that, it's like they've developed spiritual insight. It's through the challenges that we really learn about our true nature, who we really are. And until we're shown, we can never really become aware, right? So, and I feel like this is a twin flame relationship in the sense that you really reflect to one another who you really are. And so if you're not being who you really are, it really bothers you. Right? So it's like you see each other. So if one person is not being themselves, you can feel it, and you can feel like this isn't your natural content state. So they're really being guided to tune into the heart, the soul, the unseen realms, the shadows, the inner child, connect with their inner child, see what's in there, if there's anything in there that's causing pain or upset or holding them back from really being in their spirit. I see dragonfly emergence here. It's like a quick spiritual awakening. I feel like if they spend some time in nature, they're going to feel a lot better. That's what they're being guided to do. Okay. We are all connected, number 49. They're really being shown how connected we really are. Again, we've got the yin and the yang, the light, the shadow, the humans, the animals, the DNA, the intertwined, the healing, the caduceus. It's like all here, the sun, moon, the Celtic knots, there's an energy here of the goddess and also the masculine. It's like the goddess at the root, and the masculine is the physical form here. It's like everything else, it just feels very angelic, and yet it's the light and the shadow. There's nothing excluded. It's all inclusive. We are all connected. They're really being shown their gentleness, their strength, their weakness, their strength, their compassion, their vulnerability, their strength. It's like every time they have a vulnerable moment, they're being shown through their feelings how it empowers them. They feel the inner strength. They're able to really have compassion for their inner child, and then have compassion for, like, see how their energy is affecting others, and that can it's like it shifts it. It's like this the hourglass here. It's like their hourglass is just becoming empty, and then they realize at the end, when they want to give up, they just have to flip it over, and it's all back, it all feels good again, right? There's this very quick shift in their perception, and it's like reaching that point where enough's enough. Okay. That's what it feels like. So the best thing you can do is just hold space and allow, and not get involved, so to speak, right? In terms of just, it's like this is something they have to realize on their own, and by holding space, you are supporting them in the best possible way, okay? For the highest good, the greatest good, the best possible outcome, where everyone, even yourself is included, right? Okay? Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So they're really being shown how they're making decisions. They've been rooted in this place of guilt and shame, and making decisions based on that, instead of in their heart, in the happiness, the joy, trusting that everything you need comes to you, really making decisions when they're rooted in a place of peace and contentment in nature, seeing how we're all connected. Something's thrown them off where they held back, and it was the guilt inside. There's some sort of guilt and shame, and so they're really being shown how it's about being true to yourself. And when you're true to yourself, that's the only way to be true to others. So if we're not true to ourselves, we're never able to be true with anyone else, and nothing true ever happens for us. So it's really beautiful. This really needs to happen. And so much, look at the 6 of Pentacles. Let's see what the picture is. Oh, it's a masculine energy here. So this is interesting too. He almost, he looks like a teenager or young, very young. So it's like there could have been something that happened in his teenage years. It could be a masculine, or a masculine somehow affected you in your teenage years if you're a feminine. There's a healing energy that's occurring here. And it's really, it was the cause of whatever created this situation, or this awareness. I feel like there's an awareness here that's happening more so than a situation. They're being shown and go, oh, look at this, the Lovers. Look at how balanced this energy is, and the Queen energy here. Oh, I love it. This is so beautiful. We have aura, observation, and look at this, Angel of Strength. Wow. So beautiful. Okay. They're really being surrounded with a lot of guidance right now, because they're feeling guilt and shame. And that's happening for a reason. It's coming up at this time. Whatever love has triggered it for healing, this nurturing feminine energy, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, friendships, authentic choice, authentic love, being able to be seen for who you are. There's an equal give and receive here. You may have shared finances with this person, or you will in the future. Like there's a very clear energy of financial support or balanced energy where, it's like two people could hang out together and you each have your own source of income. So it's not like, it's not draining on the other, or it doesn't feel, it's like it won't trigger any feelings of guilt or shame or insecurities. There's this interesting energy here of feeling it like equals. Okay. And I feel like that's what this is aligning to right now. They're really, really seeing how their own decisions, when they made decisions out of a guilty conscience, may have led to it did. They're realizing how they're in an energy where they're being asked to observe their aura and how they feel right now when they're in that nurturing energy of truth and recognizing, from an observer's point of view, if we were to look at two people we didn't know, it's so easy for us to be like, well, they should be nice, they should be equal. Yeah, they would feel better if they were both contributing something, and if they made an agreement, it's like I'm feeling like there's a difference between like a friendship type of energy and roommates, where like two roommates are both working and contributing to the bills equally, as opposed to like a husband and wife where the husband works and the mom stays home with the children. Like there's still an equal physical supportive system going on that's mutually agreeable. And I feel like that's what this relationship is. There's something here that happened between two lovers, twin flames and lovers. There's something here where it didn't feel balanced. And so this person, they're really being shown where the imbalance lies within themselves, the guilt, the shame. If they don't choose to heal that and look at it, this relationship can never feel balanced. It will never feel congruent. It will never feel equal. And when we feel equal, it's all rooted in our alignment, our own responsibility of taking a look at whatever within us is preventing us from truly being aligned with our authentic path, because this is an authentically aligned relationship. It doesn't mean that, it's like this man and woman are rooted in their heart, the principles of love, right? Loyalty, communication, compassion, honesty, truth. Without that, there is no physical reality for these two. This relationship's very healing. This is Archangel, is it Raphael? Communication. The lovers are very communicative with each other, to the point where they don't really need to say anything to each other. However, when something needs to be said, they have no reservation or hesitation when it comes to communicating and letting the other know what's happening, how they feel, new ideas or whatever. It doesn't mean they have to run to each other every time when they have a new idea, or they have to, sometimes they share the same perspective. They already perceive the world with the same response. They respond to things very similar. And so they hold each other accountable, and they also know they don't need to, right? So it's just like this, it's like they're really being asked to observe right now, possibly other couples, other relationships, being asked to tune into what a healthy relationship is and what it's based upon, the principles of love, honesty, communication. The Queen represents feminine power, sexuality, friendships, nurturing your friendships. What makes a good friend? It's not about, there's something here about money. There's something here about equal give and receive when it comes to the physical reality. Somewhere here, they're having issues when it comes to their own lack consciousness, and they're really being guided to embrace prosperity consciousness. Energetic prosperity consciousness is physical prosperity. Okay, so it's like, it's a consciousness, it's a mindset. It's like the success mindset versus failure mindset. I feel like they're moving out of that into success, seeing only success instead of like, there's an energy here too of not pointing the finger. Maybe they point the finger and blame others for things that have happened in their lives instead of recognizing where they contributed to the alignment in that connection and why it is their, it's like taking responsibility for your contribution, your energetic contribution in a relationship, and recognizing that there are no victims in life unless we are totally unaware. However, once we become aware, then we realize we're not a victim. We can choose to change our reality, our thoughts. We can become aware of whatever it is. It's empowering, So through this empowered energy they're feeling, there's also whatever in the shadows needed to be seen. Here we're feeling empowered. That means we embrace our entire self. We're carrying our entire self forward. We can't move forward feeling empowered if we're hiding parts of ourselves, right? And there's no reason to hide if we feel guilt or shame. All of us have felt guilt or shame at some point in our lives. It's really learning. They may not have been given the insight or tools or gifts to recognize that it's normal as a child, maybe at that age. Whereas now they have those resources, and to feel a little bit vulnerable is much better than being in this never-ending story, right? So I feel like they're going through a very quick emergence here, a very quick awakening, and also insight to their spiritual gifts and coming back into balance, recognizing, they may have felt like they were at a point where they weren't receiving what they needed. Through, and it's like the universe is showing them, I love you. The universe had to put them in a position where their soul, where they felt the lack, to bring that lack consciousness into awareness, because they were operating off of it without even realizing it. And so in order to really grow, obviously you've got to become aware of what you're operating from. I feel like they maybe found themselves in a position where they were at the mercy of, the guy here is like, for the first time, maybe they had their hand out, like, okay, instead of being the one putting the coin in the hand. So not that, I'm not sure, however it resonates for you. It's however you can visualize it in your mind energetically. It feels like this is a very, very spiritually guided relationship. And you two are meant to help each other heal through these distortions. It's basically just somewhere along the line our energy became distorted, and we help bring balance with the light. The light is what allows all of the pains and wounds and limiting thoughts and beliefs. It's like the light is what's needed for the thoughts to grow. It's not eliminating, it's just allowing things to mature. It's shifting our perspective and recognizing that everything we've been through has helped us become who we are today. It's why we're here today. If it's whatever, taking the good, bad, and ugly and being grateful for being here today, no matter what, because every day is a new opportunity. And I feel like they're becoming more aware of their own aura, how it affects, when we're in that negative mindset or we're not focused on solutions, we're making decisions. We're not making decisions that are in alignment with us because we're rooted in the guilt in our head, thinking too much, not feeling the strength and compassion of our bodies, the true focus, the true love, the vulnerability. The shadow is like, I feel like they weren't even seeing their shadow. They took their shadow out of the picture completely, like, oh no, I'm perfect. And it's like, okay. Whatever you say, it's like, well, if you are, then everything should be great. And we wouldn't, it's like there's an attitude we recognize when we think we're perfect. And when we know that we are perfect, however we're not, we're just like, okay. So it's allowed you to relax and take a seat back, not have to be the one to shine the light, so to speak. I feel like the universe is really allowing them to experience their own, consequences, and really guiding you to, I feel like you're very supported in all of this. Like, you have this intuitive knowing, and this is affirmation for you, obviously, as another part of your own trust in the universe and your own trust in your journey, that your soul's letting you know, yep, everything you're feeling, this is why you're feeling it. So continue being the amazing person that you are. This person's very lucky to have your presence in their life, however it, shows up. Okay. And they'll recognize that in their own time. It's like they're learning how to appreciate you, how to not take you for granted, and you them. There's an energy where we're all connected. It's being able to see, like, if we expect this, they also, have the feeling. It's like we all want the same. You know what I mean? So there's a beautiful recognition here of balance. And when two people have been through it and they've learned their lessons, it's like we can truly stand in front of each other naked. It's like, well, I made mistakes and fell down, but so did you. It's like, hey, and we both chose to learn, and now we're better people for it. And that's truly what twin flames are all about. We don't like to stay stuck in this never ending story of just pain and sadness. And we also realize through this journey that nothing truly is never ending. Love is forever, and we do have the power to flip it, to switch it. And I love it because it's like the infinity, the yin and the yang. It's once we embrace and accept the light and the shadow, everything naturally comes into balance, and we're able to fully enjoy our lives the way we're meant to. We're able to enjoy each other. And if we, once we reach that place of alignment or that 0 point, then we know, are we meant to be lovers? Are we friends? Are we just going our separate ways? Did we just teach each other something? No matter what it is, it will feel good. And that is the key. The reason that this person isn't feeling good right now is because they're being called into balance. And no matter what, it's like, as long as you recognize that and hold space and just trust your intuition, it's like it's like, just focus on your balance, your harmony. And the more you do that, the more it strengthens your own, and whether they do it or not is not up to you. It won't make a difference. It's just knowing that this is what they're being presented with, and it's up to them ultimately to choose to align with it, embrace it. It doesn't mean they will. And it's just through that acceptance that you're able to maintain your balance and alignment, and it's aligning you with your true, authentic people, right? This is, I feel like there's children surrounding you both, and there's so much beautiful energy here that's helping you both become aware of what you need to see right now. And I feel this quick spiritual energy transformation. It's a twin flame energy. I'm sorry I held myself back with you. Okay. So have faith, trust the strength that's surrounding this situation. I feel like you are the angel of strength to them. So really honoring yourself and your own, being compassionate for yourself through whatever you're experiencing right now in terms of feeling sadness or loss or whatever. Just remind yourself that nothing that's truly meant for you can be lost or lost to you. It's always with you, and you feel, the energy when you remind yourself, like, this is all playing out for the highest good. Like, once we get through this, then things will be better than ever for everyone involved. No matter, let go of the outcome of how it appears. Just trust that the outcome is balance. The outcome is harmony, lovers, compatibility, and a beautiful, never-ending story of love. Love. No more anxiety, stress, feeling confused and stuck, and all of that. It's all a part of the spiritual growth journey. And there's spiritual gifts that are being recognized. Creativity and new ways of learning how to creatively express yourself through art and music and nature, like play with others, activities. I feel like friendships here are improving. It improves your overall well-being in your lives and all of those that you know and love. Okay, so you are amazing. Send lots of love and support to yourself, to your partner, and your friendships. It's like when you feel this energy, you can respond to it in your own self, within your heart, and that radiates out to all the people that are connected to you. Okay, and whether they choose to align with it or not you have no control over that. However, whatever you do is beneficial. Okay, you are like an angel of strength, and that is sometimes really all we need to know is someone's got our back somewhere, and that's like, even if we're not fully aware of it, it somehow guides us to make the right decision, right? I mean, it's so much bigger than us. Okay, so I truly hope this message resonated and affirmed what you're feeling and know to be true. Continue honoring your intuition, follow your own signs and synchronicities, and continue to affirm yourself in loving ways. And I thank you all so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing the videos, tuning in with me. Please do connect with me over on social media. I would absolutely love that. Those links are in the description. And until the next pick a card message comes through, sending you all my infinite love. Always, thank you for being you, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace. Hello, group number 2. How are all of you beautiful heart and souls? Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So let's see. What would love do if I were you? This came through as your person's point of view, okay? So let's see how love is guiding them. No place like home. Love is guiding them home. The feeling of home, nostalgia, feeling loved, nurtured, the cozy, feeling where you belong. They're really being guided to find their place, their home, where they want to be, and this is not just this is energetically, in terms of people, environment, lifestyle. Where is home? I feel like wherever they are right now doesn't feel like home. So they're really feeling the call, the pull. Something in their feelings is really guiding them to align, with the place that's meant for them. I choose a bright future now. The moment I start to change, the moment I am willing to bring good into my life, the universe responds in kind. Hammer. It says sabotage, rebuilding, integration, repetitive, persistent, working on it. The thought of you still does things to me. Okay. I feel like they're receiving a very inspired energy from your connection that is inspiring them to really hone in on where they feel most at home. They want a bright future. They really want to, it's like they're rebuilding something in their own life, or they recognized their own self-sabotaging ways. And whenever they think of you, I feel like there's this energy of reassurance or positivity, or you can do anything type of energy that they receive from you. You're the one that's like, we have a bright future. It's whatever we choose. And there's no place like home. Like, you've got to have your home and, build your space. Like, I feel like this, whatever it is, they're feeling really inspired by your energy right now and how important it is in their life. How do I feel when I enjoy being engaged? Why do I like to engage? How have I changed from closing up to getting involved? So I feel like they're really, they were shown some contrast here in their reality, like their environment, their home. Like, do they really enjoy where they are, where they're living? Do they enjoy like the people they're interacting with, that sort of thing? And I feel like it's whatever is not true for them, they're really being shown, like how, like if they're engaged with someone or something, or in the town they live, or whatever it is, or the people even that they live with. It's like, do they really enjoy engaging with these people, these energies? And it's like they're able to see and refocus, really align with what they want. And it's really inspiring them to make it happen. Okay. We have relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, snuggle more closely with your loving creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. I feel like you really encourage them to love themselves, accept themselves unconditionally. They feel loved and accepted within their own energy when they think of you, because you're someone who encourages that. To really love yourself means, it's like, it's easy to feel when you're in an environment, in a place, in a home where you just feel like yourself. You don't think about nurturing yourself. You're just already nurtured, right? And I feel like that's what they're really feeling. It shouldn't be effort. When you're at home, that's when you should feel the most at ease, just relaxed, whatever. And maybe where they are right now, it doesn't feel that way. So I feel like there's this encouragement that they're being shown to really love themselves, what that really means. That first relationship is between them and their soul. And from that relationship, everything else, is radiated and felt. So they're really, they may be guided right now to work on like physical projects to stay out of their head, more in their bodies. Maybe they're remodeling their home right now. I don't know. There's just this energy of engaging with the physical world, like with the hands, building something and making it your own, choosing a bright future. We have find the blessing in your current situation. So they may have been going through a difficult time, and it's like this person when they think of you, they feel really supported in their dreams and what they enjoy. You know, it's like maybe they like a house that's a little bit different than the everyday suburbia ticky-tacky type house. They want something, you know, a bit more eccentric and colorful, and you're like, that's awesome. Right? And everyone else is like, that's stupid. And so because of you affirming like it's so great and just of who you are, they're like, they go for it, and they're just doing what they want. It's like they've been able to let go, or they're being encouraged to let go of what other people think so much. And so I feel like there is a situation they've been through where it's like there's this energy of Krishna here in nature, right? In the forest, and even like the reflection here, it's so pure. But then Krishna's like decorated in these fabrics and, you know, playing music, and it's light and sacred geometry, and it's just like, because of the simplicity of where Krishna is, this is all happening, right? It's not just about the garments or the instrument or the hat or like it's all a combination. It's all inclusive. And so there's a recognition here of being grateful for the situations in our lives and finding the blessings in each one to carry forward. You know, each person, each relationship, even if it didn't work out, they still instilled and fortified, right? Like an authentic energy, essence, whatever authenticity that we are, you reinforce it. And so there's a level of respect and love that is truly rooted in whatever relationship this is, that can never be taken away or go away. It's something that is honored and sacred. And I don't know, there's a recognition here. We have giving and receiving, Six of Pentacles, honoring each other in the physical reality, feeling like equals, maybe even working together in some way. They may be thinking about how they can work with you when it comes to energy or finances, or there's something here with energy. Maybe you guys connected through energy work or healing. You may be in your careers or in your finances, somehow in the spiritual realms, metaphysical. You're the way showers, right? You're the creators and the artists. And so there's something here about feeling equal in terms of, you know, how you're aligned in the physical reality, and possibly even working together in some way. I'm not sure. Island, solitude. I feel like they're taking time right now to go within, and you notice both of these pictures, and that it's like the nature. There's something here about the purity of nature that's unlocking something within them, and how they recognize how when they feel true enjoyment in life. And there's something here with the hammer. You know, it's like the purity of nature and hammer. Like, how do you build something in alignment with the sacred energies and not make a disturbance, right? I feel like there's, you know, they're really trying to honor life, maybe more deeply because of you, you know, and seeing beyond just physical stuff, and like they're being more mindful in what they're creating and building. It's really beautiful. There's just a gratitude. So you're going to feel gratitude probably coming to you out of nowhere. I feel like especially when they're in meditation, when they're really in tune with the sacred energies, like you feel it in a very physical way, as if it's source energy pouring through you. You're both connected to source energy. When you're really both connected to it, you're going to feel all of these, you're motivated to engage in life in a physical way. Okay. Know you belong. Oh, number 19. You guys reaffirm that you belong here. You're an affirming presence and energy to each other. You belong here. So they're really being shown that they belong here through your connection, you know, or whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be your connection necessarily. I feel like this is like a ghost cat almost, you know. It's like a mythological creature with the wings, like an angel cat. I feel like there's a lot of unseen supportive energies, and, you know, celebrating differences and celebrating our unique individual flavors, and appreciating solitude. It's like we can be in solitude and be in meditation and appreciate the sacredness, the beauty of life, and not feel alone. I feel like there's that energy here where they enjoy their solitude and yet they don't feel alone. Whereas before they may have felt really alone. Okay, so you need to know that they're doing well. Like there's an energy here where they can feel the support. They know they belong. Okay. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So they're really being shown balance right now. And I feel like, too, they didn't feel like they belong. And because of that, there was like this energy of creating situations, right? I don't know. There's something here about they're really, if they were love, this is what love would be guiding them to do. So keep that in mind, because I can feel this energy of like, that's not me, or that's not them. And I feel like when that thought comes up, there's a recognition here of what a burden it is to stay positive, to move forward in love. It's like, if we say, oh, that's not me, are we truly in a state of love? Because if we're in a state of love, we're just like, oh, hello, how's it going? Oh, what's up today? I'm hungry. I'm going to make something to eat. Oh, how are you? That's a state of love. What I'm hearing in my, it's like in my feelings, I can feel it. There's this, oh, that's not me. They're not me. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. It's very strange. So I would just say, like, there's a recognition here that they are coming to, that they belong. There is no place like home. There's something here where maybe in the past they felt at home with you and something happened. So it's like they're being shown there's a blessing in disguise here. Whatever it is, they're really being encouraged to stay positive, to embrace their childlike spirit, to release burdens, any burdens that are they're being supported in releasing the burdens. They're being supported in bringing the balance. I can feel the dynamic here is challenging, okay? However, you both feel at home around each other. So that is an unconditionally loving relationship, a soulmate relationship. That's why the thoughts of each other still do things to you. And it's about recognizing your own relationship to your own source and not allowing the other to be a reason why you don't belong. Okay? We have fortune cookie, fortunist here. So luck is on your side, luck is on their side. When there's questions that arise, it's really trusting. When you see an affirmation, you belong, believe it, trust it, say thank you, continue going. Otherwise, there's all these question marks here. I feel like the light is on. It's like the universe is showing you it's good to be different. It's good to be embraced. It's good to, when you're really choosing to honor your own soul, you feel the positivity. And they're feeling the same thing. That's what they're being encouraged to do. And again, it's not up to you. It's like in your awareness of what's happening, you're able to stay positive. And no matter what they choose, you have no control over that. However, this is really what they're being guided to do. And there's an energy here of patience, asking them to be patient with the situation, to really focus on, what is time? What is time to you? Do you enjoy your time? Do you spend your time wisely? Do you feel like you belong? When all this time you spend doing all of this, is it reaffirming that you belong here? It's like I almost see like a builder here, like building his home, and he's putting all this time and energy into his home to make it perfect because society would just love this home. Instead of him like focusing on like, am I doing this? Because when it's yours, right, you take your time. There's no rush because you're creating, you're designing, you're building. If something happens, you're like, well, no, we'll stop. We won't do that because I don't want that. We'll do this instead. Or, oh, this needs to be fixed. No big deal. So what? An extra 2 weeks. I'm living here the rest of my life. It's like there's this energy of just really recognition. They're really realizing like how they spend their time and energy and where they've directed that energy into, that they're feeling imbalanced right now. They're really being asked to look at what they're engaged in life and how that is creating a burden and taking responsibility for it. And so there's, when they think, it's like they think of you for affirmation. They think of you and they're like, no, I can do this. And it's like, instead of depending on themselves to reassure themselves, and that's an energy drain for you. However, for you, when you feel that, you are shifting and choosing to be positive, which is allowing you to continue growing. And it's like your energy is whole. You're only tapped into the infinite source that's allowing your aura to expand. They can't siphon, it's like I feel like there's a siphoning almost. That's what it felt like. Not that we can truly do that technically. It just feels like that. And so through physical labor, through doing physical activities, it's really showing them where they're spending their time and energy, and allows them to hear their thoughts. There's no avoiding them, right? And when they feel better and they're doing what they feels good, their thoughts improve automatically, right? Like right away they become more balanced, they become more whole. And I feel like that's when the thought of you comes in and they're like, "Oh my goodness," So it's like there's a lot of love that's being expressed and shown here, and a beautiful just deepening of a connection to the soul. And for you to be able to recognize that, I feel like there's a lot of energy surrounding you here in the physical reality where you're receiving everything you need, like the support, maybe at one time what this person provided. Like I feel like it's like you're receiving from different sources in different ways that similar type of vibe that was very comforting to you, okay? Knowing that you belong. And the more you feel that, it's, whomever we're connected to, it's like you're feeding that energy and they're picking up on it. So very good. I truly hope this message resonated. Know that there's always a blessing in every disguise, every situation, every beautiful scenario, every ugly scenario. There's always blessing. So find the blessing in all of your situations, all of your relationships, and allow that to stay with you moving forward. Okay, choosing a bright future is, so beautiful. I feel that for you. I feel that for your person if they choose it. That's what they're being guided, okay? It's like there's the lights are on in the house. The lights are shining on the island. It's like there's light, there's light, there's light. It's everywhere, okay? So thank you all so much for tuning in. I truly hope it affirmed. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, liking, commenting, sharing the videos. And please do connect with me on social media. Thank you for connecting me with me over there. I really enjoy being connected to you guys over there, and I'm sharing all sorts of little things that I'm up to. Those links are in my description. And until the next message comes through, thank you all so much for being you. Please continue taking extra good, very good, wonderful care of yourselves, and I will see you all again for the next message that comes through. All my infinite love as always. Peace. Hello, group number 3. How are all of you beautiful heart and souls? Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So let's see what your heart and soul want you to know. What would love do if I were you, from the other person's perspective, from your person's perspective? What are they being guided to do? Co-create. Number 40, okay, co-create. I know and affirm that my body is a friendly place to live. I have respect for my body and I treat it well. I affirm positive things about my body and tell it I love it often. They're really becoming aware, being made aware of how they co-create, their actual presence in the reality of life, their presence with others. I feel like they may be having some ailments going on in their body right now that are being asked for to be recognized. Whatever is creating any sort of body aches or tiredness or lethargy or whatever it is, it's affecting their ability to co-create or to be the co-creator that they see themselves as. I feel like they're really being guided to see how they treat their own body. Okay, like I feel like they may be having some health concerns right now. Hand of cards, take a chance, risk being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. I'm afraid to take that next step right now. So I feel like there's an energy here where they're a co-creator. There's somebody who definitely co-creates. They're very much focused on the physical foundation of life, new opportunities, new beginnings, unlimited potential. I feel like there's something here going on with them physically because they've spent a lot of time in the physical reality. There's been some sort of neglect with their own health in a way that they maybe weren't aware of that was even happening. However, there's like this beautiful awareness that allows them to have this, profound perspective on their body and how their health is so important. It's everything. Let's continue here. How do I feel when I am spiritual? Why am I spiritual? How have I changed from ignoring my spiritual hunger to discovering my spirit? Interesting. Release and surrender. Flow of prosperity, Lakshmi. Control, number 8. This is also the strength card in the tarot. They're really gaining some awareness to their own internal strength right now, having compassion for themselves. They may have been someone who was always there for others, and through that process, they neglected their own well-being, not on purpose. I feel like this was very unintentional. And through that, it's like when we neglect our own body and we neglect to take care of ourselves, it brings up these unconscious effects, right? Like if we're dehydrated, our body is in a state of fear because it's like, oh, I'm thirsty, where's the water? And it creates unconscious type of behavior where we might react to something we normally wouldn't. So I feel like there's this energy of surrendering to health, really understanding that they need to focus on their health or they won't be here to co-create. It's like that serious. There's an energy also of prosperity and abundance that's flowing around them, really allowing them to surrender. They have the finances, or they can take the time they need for themselves. Like they're being shown, like, it doesn't matter if you don't take this time for yourself, you're not going to co-create. You're not going to be able to, okay? Fairies, earth magic. Know your fears, number 20. Oh, wow. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, so there's an energy here of, oh, wow, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Oh, my goodness. And even this woman, she's like crying. She's like, it's not even crying. She's just sad. But she's still, see the reflection here? Oh, she's missing her counterpart. She can see him in the reflection. She's all, natural in the nude. There's like a feeling of contentment when they see each other. However, it's like, it's very interesting. There's an emotional purity here. It's through this connection, whatever this is, it's like brought up what isn't true. It's being shown through the emotions, what is true versus what isn't true. It's being shown through the body versus the head. I feel like this person's something happened that had them in their head. It caused a lot of resentful type of energies, heartbreak type of energies, stress, anxiety, like something could go wrong. Like it's something that weakened them in a sense. And that relates to our, it's like when we're feeling weak in our energy and we're stuck in our head, entertaining thoughts that are painful, literally, that are rooted in fear or limited perception. We can lose track of our emotional connection. We can shut off our emotions because it's, painful. There could have been through separation. I feel like this person, when they tune into you, they can feel their emotional well-being. And it's like, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. So it's like I feel like they kind of closed off their emotions and they didn't realize that the consequences would result in being in the head. It's like there's a love here it's like, oh, pretending you don't love someone creates the 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords perfectly. And emotions are natural and necessary. So we never want to close off our emotions or just pretend like we never had them in the first place. We want to honor them and allow them to play out the way they need to. And if something's not meant to be, we're okay with it. We're at peace. If something's not meant to be, we feel that anxiety and that stress. That's our body's system saying, hey, you need to pay attention to your emotions or you're going to end up having nightmares every night. It's learning to honor your own feelings and bodies and emotions. They may not have ever had a situation where, their emotions were impacted so greatly. Maybe. Maybe that's something they've been going through their whole lives. Maybe this is the chance and the opportunity to finally heal this program. That's what I'm feeling. There's a denial here. They're in denial that they've ever had this emotional problem before. I'm sorry. It's like the soul's like, oh, really? You think you're strong, huh? Know your fears then. Here they come, right? I mean, it's like I'm seeing that in this card. It's like, really? You're going to shut off your emotions. And there's this energy here of the fairies and the earth magic, the very distinct, and even in the fears, see how pure it is. There's a quality of feeling, what is created by ourselves and how we can work with it. When it's self-created, we work with it. When it's created outside of ourselves, we have no control over how other people choose to engage with things or how they operate. It's like there's a very clear empowering energy here. They're being guided to know their fears so that they can truly stay in alignment and in tune with the natural sacred energies of life. It's honoring the strength. It's honoring the fortitude, right? So that you can be gentle in the world, so that you can be it's like this represents our higher self or our soul self, and this is us. The eyes are, it's like the guidance comes from the soul, from within. She's not looking at anyone else or anything else to guide her or to even empower her strength. The strength comes from it within. It's the humility, the humbleness that comes from recognizing our souls are in charge, not the human. We are what allow the soul to express through us. And if we pretend like there are things within us that don't exist, our bodies suffer. That's really where it begins. And so there's a recognition of the power of co-creation and also how connected that is to their prosperity, their abundance. This type of energy doesn't attract prosperity. It's literally puts a stop in the flow. The emotions, right? It is our natural guidance, and it's how we attract. So they're being guided to release and surrender, to really open up their arms to love, to really release the challenges. It's like they're holding on to this idea that there's not a problem when there really is. It's like the hand of cards. That's why they're afraid to take another step right now, because it's the soul's guiding them to address their emotions and surrender before they can move forward. So they may feel stuck right now, and they're really questioning their spirituality. We have the Magician and the Mirror, Candle, Illumination, and the Deer, Gentleness, Diplomacy. So they're really being guided to be diplomatic in this situation, to really embody respect. You may have felt disrespected by this person, and so they're now going to experience in some way where that is a reflection on them. How they disrespect themselves. You were shown how you were being disrespectful to yourself in some way, shape, or form by choosing to align with or believe, a thought that's not true about yourself. I feel like they're really being shown what being spiritual is all about. The Magician and the Mirror, they are the Magician and the Mirror, being shown some reflections of themselves they don't like to see. And so that's creating this fear and taking the next step, because they don't want to keep stepping towards what they don't like to see. So it's I don't know, the body here is suffering a bit. So holding space for them is the best thing you can do. Just seeing them in their healthy state, seeing them healthy, whole, surrendering to the life force energy, which naturally heals them. You don't have to know. Just recognizing them as a really awesome co-creator. If you recognize their co-creator skills and how they work with others, and just by empowering your own emotions, it's like there's an energy here of compassion and strength and respect. Integrity is really felt from you and your energetic connection. I feel like right now they might be taking chance. Like it's like the hand of cards, take a chance, risk. Risk isn't really the co-creator way. We don't just take risks. There's strategy behind it. There's feeling behind it. There's many options. We feel into things because others are involved, right? And I feel like maybe that's too something they're being shown, that their actions affect others. And by denying their own respect for their own bodies, they're automatically pulling themselves out of the game, because if they're sick, if they're not well, they can't, those people that they're co-creating with will no longer benefit from their contribution. Okay, so there's definitely an energy here of health, being in mindfulness of health, body health, candle illumination. It's like lighting a candle in a dark room, and I just feel there's this energy of gentleness to this relationship. This person is very gentle overall. I feel like their emotions and having them in their head may have made them feel like they're, it's maybe they find strength in their gentleness and their diplomacy and their ability to be kind and cordial to others, to be a great co-creator with others. However, by denying whatever happened here with their emotions, it's like being disrespectful to yourself. It's not honoring your feelings. And that's, it's like walking up to someone who just got their heart broken and being like, get over it. You wouldn't do that, right? Like, we wouldn't do that to someone we care about. We'd give them a hug and be like, it's okay. Let's get through this, nurture yourself, maybe take a nap. Like, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. There's nothing, it's nothing you could have done. We reassure each other. I feel like maybe, they haven't been reassuring themselves in the way that they feel like they do to others. There's a very clear recognition here of self-respect for self, self-control, control of their own energy, control of their own anger. I feel like they're afraid of their emotions, which means they're afraid of being angry. They don't know how to control their own anger, their own, it's like reactions, or it's like paralyzing. It's like a deer in headlights. Okay, so they may be unresponsive right now, or just acting frozen, like they don't know what to do, like literally a deer in headlights. However, I like that it's coming out this way. How it's not headlights, it's a fire, a little candle. So it's very gentle. It's not like you light the candle and you're not like, oh, my eyes. There's no reason here. Like, they're going to feel the subtleness between the fear, right, and the actual life force energy. It's going to be very clear. They're going to feel the gentleness versus it's just, instead of it being paralyzing, it's actually comforting and allows you to unlock and feel again, and whatever it is you need to see in the most gentlest of ways. I feel like Source is really showing them in the gentlest of ways what they need to see, especially because I feel like they are someone who's very sensitive when it comes to their emotions. They may have been through some things in their childhood. There may have been some things triggered here. I just feel like there's this energy of resentment that they've been carrying with them for a long time that was unconscious. And I don't feel like this person is a resentful person. I feel like they're afraid of becoming a resentful person, and through that fear, they're becoming resentful. And it's not funny, but it's, that's the soul's way of saying, yes, you're getting it, because we don't want to become resentful. So when we become aware that we are, it's like, ooh, it's like you have to have humility. You have to have compassion. Like, oh my gosh, it's like the child who's like, I'll never be like my parents. And then they look at their kids one day and they're like, oh my gosh, I've just become my mother or my father. There's an understanding here of maturity. And, in that sense, there's being able to embrace it and see the power of what it means to be a true co-creator, being the magician and the reflection. We are both, there's no way to be one without the other. I feel like there's some illumination that's coming to light for them here very soon, especially the more they focus on these energies. And if they're not, it's going to be reflected one way or the other. It's like there's this energy of fear. So just know that it's all temporary. The swords are always temporary. Strength is forever. Okay, the swords are, but the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords is a temporary energy. Strength is something that will remain. It's a part of our energetic, natural system, right? Strength, compassion, the qualities of compassion, loyalty, gentleness, perseverance, abundance, prosperity, humility, self-control. Self-control that is long lasting forever. And I feel like the earth magic, the fairies here, there's a lot of beautiful light energy. So you're going to feel a lot of light energy around you when this person's really focused and aligned in the way that they're being guided. Um, I feel like there's just a beautiful quality here that's being recognized between light and shadow. You know, the duality of life. The duality of life is being recognized here, and they're seeing it. They're being guided to see it in a even deeper way in terms of emotional body, mental body, physical body. You know how the physical body is connected to all the unseen energies. Um, So yeah, this is really beautiful. So just know this is where they're at. I feel that this is a feeling, this is something that is going to be felt. There's not a lot of words that can be spoken. So just hold space for this person. And just you knowing where they're at will allow you to respond to this entire relationship, in your integrity, in your heart, and also help you gain self-mastery. This is a beautiful opportunity for both of you to really grow and really be the true spiritual warrior co-creators that you are, the warrior hearts. And this is what we came here to do. So wonderful. I truly hope this message resonated, and, expect expect too from this person, gentleness and diplomacy. That's how you know when they show up in the gentleness and diplomacy that, you're able to go from there. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for subscribing as well, tuning in, liking, sharing, commenting the videos. Please do connect with me on my social media. I love connecting with you over there. And all those links are in the description. And I truly thank you so much for being you. Continue being you, taking very good care of yourselves. And I'll see you for the next message that comes through. In all my infinite love as always. Peace. Hello, group number 4. How are all of you, beautiful heart and souls? Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So what would love do if I were you? And this is from the other person's point of view, what love is guiding them to do. Okay, let's see what your message is here. Time to go, number 45. Lifetime after lifetime, I am a shining spirit, a beautiful light. I am always safe. I am eternal. I will go on forever, from experience to experience. We have the Grim Reaper here. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. You still take my breath away. Oh my goodness. Why am I intimate? How have I changed from being separate to trusting being vulnerable? How do I feel when I enjoy intimacy? So they're really being guided to embrace some things in life here. And I feel like their soul is saying you need to embrace your authenticity. There's some emotional stuff here, letting go of some things from the past. It's time for them to move forward out of some old situations to really embrace growth. They're being shown that they are this infinite being, and that, it's like this woman is moving between locations on this boardwalk. It's like they're here and they're being shown, this is where they want to be. This is what's authentically aligned for them. And somehow it's like there's a path that's opened up, a boardwalk. Because it almost feels like she's on the clouds here. She's like running but not running. It's more like just an easy it's almost like she's skipping. I feel like this is, it's either you if you stay here, it's death. No matter what, even if you're still alive, it's like that energy of like, I can't live here, And I feel like they were running away from intimacy. So they're really, intimacy is very much being highlighted in their life right now. Feeling separate to really trusting, opening up, and being vulnerable, because the worst thing that could happen is, it's like, why would we avoid being intimate? It's like this, whatever this is. Oh wow, let's lay out all the cards. Law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So he or she is really being shown. Look at this twin flame. Wow, this is the second twin flame card. The first message had a twin flame card as well. So, I mean, there is this very, very divinely, spiritually guided, energetic attraction, right, to love and intimacy. And you are someone who literally took their breath away and has helped them see, it's like unlocked this perspective of where they truly are meant to be versus where they are. It may have even been that your presence alone somehow made them realize that they're not where they're supposed to be, and that created some, maybe they didn't realize it even, right? So we have manifest, which is the magician, and twin flame. So there's very much an energy of authenticity here, really honoring true love, the principles of love, communication, loyalty, commitment, honor, integrity, courage, all of these qualities that are very empowering to our soul, our life's journey. You are someone that literally took their breath away, and they felt like someone they could be intimate with. And I think it scared them, and they needed to see some things, right? So it's time to go. Like, there's an energy here of completion, and the number 45 of change, our physical foundations, our foundational energies, where we really feel secure and supported. I feel like if they stay where they are, they're going to feel like this energy of the Grim Reaper, and this relationship may have ended, and there's an acceptance that they either accept the ending of this relationship and move forward, or there's no transformation. Okay, this could have been they feel that you're their twin flame, or you felt they were your twin flame. And it's also understanding too, the law of attraction. We are all reflections of one another. And so if we're resonating with someone and we see them as our twin flame, they're reflecting to us certain energies within ourselves that we also engage with. So the whole point is to refine yourself. It's like seeing every relationship as an opportunity to grow. And when you finally have, reached a place in your life where you feel really content within your own self, that's when you meet your true divine reflection, your true twin. And you've both been on this journey of like refinement, and it really is reflected through your own desire to know yourself, to be authentic. It doesn't matter how many people you've been with or haven't been with. It's more so determining in yourself and in your life, like what relationships inspired certain behaviors in you, good or bad, and are these behaviors authentic for me, just me? Because ultimately, this relationship is aligning to a twin flame relationship. And for the person, it's like both of you. Okay, so I do feel like this relationship ended with some sadness on their part that maybe was in their denial of intimacy. Okay, and there's a new beginning here for them to really learn about their own energy, their own alchemy, recognizing that they're an infinite being here. They are the light, they're not shadow, they're not dark, they're not Grim Reaper. Okay. We have lake stillness. Embrace the feminine. Isn't that interesting? Earlier I said he. So I feel like, for the majority of you, and just take it as it resonates, of course, this is about, two people really helping each other align to balance and harmony in whatever way that is. Embracing the feminine is a part of this. I feel like there was a denial of intimacy simply because there's an energy here that's rooted in something within the feminine energy. So embracing the feminine is what they're really being encouraged to do. And see how she's holding an egg here. She's pregnant. She's fertile with life. She's connected to the earth. There's an energy here where there's a recognition. When they close off their heart and intimacy, the creativity ceases. The nurturing qualities of create. They might be a creator or someone who works in the creative type of fields for income and work, and it's just, I feel like they are someone who's connected to nature and meditation. There's a lot of green energy here. Even this dress here is green. It's almost like the feminine energy here is like it's like a fairy ghost figure, taking the lead, and then the masculine is like should be chasing. It's very interesting, but there's no chasing going on. Like I feel like maybe they feel like you ran off. It's really, really interesting. Let's see what goes. Sexual union. These cards are amazing. We have the Magician twice. Honor the place in one another. where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So there's some sexual healing energy happening here within your own intimate connection to yourself, which is reflected when you meet another person. It highlights if there's any sort of healing we have around our sexuality, which is directly related to our creativity, right? The sexual energy is the creative energy. So they're really being shown that. And if they deny themselves that, that energy, and the sexual energy becomes distorted, the creative energy, it does result in death. So they're being shown how to manifest a new beginning, really alchemizing the energies of love, not cutting themselves off. And instead, it's like respecting the relationships for what they've shown us, what they've taught us, and still remaining open, and wishing each other well, wishing each other intimate connections. And it's like through yourself choosing to be intimate, it's like the intimacy is honored, or it's not the right person, right? So it's like there's an energy here of embracing the feminine. The masculine may not have been embracing the feminine the way that it's like he wasn't recognizing that. And so because of that, the feminine energy cannot be receptive. It cannot nurture. Okay, let's keep going. We've got the Magician twice, manifesting, magicians, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's an energy here of some sort of financial setback, by closing off intimacy and the connection, restriction, number 35. Wow. Again, the green energies, green, mean, green, money, envy, jealousy, greed. Whoa. Dictionary, communication, and 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So a lot of psychic, clairvoyant type of energy, knowledge, esoteric wisdom. This person may be very knowledgeable in spiritual ways, or just history, esoteric ways, philosophical. They may have a lot of different education in terms of, different perspectives or histories or whatever it is through humanity. There's some sort of disconnect they're having, though, to the earth, to the feminine earth creation energy, which is what led to a denial of intimacy. And it's highlighted in the sexual energy. It's highlighted in their creative abilities. By denying the intimacy, they shut down the whole operation, basically, and they're feeling it. There's an energy here of restriction and feeling lack. The coins may not be flowing like they once. They may feel left out of some things or missed out on some opportunities. They may be just experiencing some financial hardship. And I don't mean to laugh, like to be rude or anything. It's like we are infinite beings and we are very stubborn. And it's like, to me, there's this energy of intimacy and how people tend to just overlook it like it's no big deal. And then once it's a big deal, then it's like, oh my goodness, all because I chose not to open my heart to that person, or I chose not to look at any sort of, if there was sexual abuse in the past or anything like that. It's having the courage, right, to heal things within us and to be grateful that when we meet someone who respects us and honors our space and our boundaries and our energies and doesn't judge us, and is willing to do the healing work with us, there's a great, amazing healing that occurs and connection. And once we're connected, really connected to our authenticity and the energies around us, the earth energies, and we experience that, he. I keep saying he. So the masculine energy in this relationship is really going to experience, there's going to be this like huge unlocking. I can feel it. There's like a surge of insight, clarity, clairvoyance, third eye, inner sight. I feel like this is someone who receives a lot of knowledge and insight from earth energy and not just books. And maybe they spent some time in books, a little bit too much in books, maybe watching movies, like something like that, like got a little bit disconnected from the energy of the earth being received. And it feels like the feminine almost became like a ghost, like running around. Like this card just feels like ethereal, like in our visions, like a dream. And the dream for this person is it's time to go. It's time to move forward. It's time to embrace intimacy. It's time to really feel that, because there's a new beginning here. And it's very new beginning. It could even be both of you, feeling this magician energy. And I even love how it's like 2 different locations. There's someone outside here with the earth energies, and there's someone inside with, the more it's like there's an esoteric and like a nature energy here. It's like a merging, recognizing that you can be the magician in both energies, or seeing it all as one, not separating it. There is that energy of separation that's being made light, and this restriction again in a number 35 is an 8. I feel like it's a strengthening and a refining. So they're feeling a bit restricted right now, and also finances are restricted. I feel like they're being guided to meditate and really get still. I feel like they're being guided to read some things about history or even their own language. Here with dictionary, I feel like communication is being highlighted and how they're communicating. There is there's a lot happening here with this relationship. You know, the sexual union. Really, really being guided to honor the soul within one another. You know, to see each other as you see yourself, to treat each other as you would want to be treated. I feel like the way you're communicating with one another, telepathically especially, is very, it's very informational. Like you guys are helping each other understand certain dynamics, especially through energy work, not just between the two of you, like in your own intimate way. I feel like there's a broader understanding of life and how it operates, the energies of creation itself, the esoteric. There's a beautiful merging here between the unseen and the seen realities, the earthly, gentle, pure energies, and then like the man-made, you know, how we translate that message to each other, how we share that message or how we share that energy in a physical way, like through man-made creations. It's very interesting. It's very beautiful energy here. It's even interesting in this card because here it's the earth, right? It's the earth, it's natural. There's like the stone building, and he's got the pentacle, the sword, the rose, the wand, the cup, the flowers, and it's the physical type of, you know, earthly things. And then here it's like he's in like a physically built place, it feels like, with a chest that somebody's built, and then there's, you know, it's like refined. So there's a refinement happening here, and he's working with actual energy, invisible energy, which are the principles of love, right? Communication, loyalty, integrity. It's like there's no emotional distraction. It's very beautiful. There's a stillness here to the equality of your energy, to the law of attraction. It's very energetic. It's very magnetic, very twin flame, very intimate. This is an intimate relationship like one you've never experienced before. So with, you know, this sacred energy is a very sacred approach, a sacred tone, a communication that is, it's honoring of the energy itself, the language. You know, so when you're talking about your intimate connection, you're not allowing any sort of, you know, the consciousness of the mainstream, so to speak. It's all really rooted in an honoring of one another. It's an honoring type of language that you have between the two of you, where you can be sincere, genuine, you know, where you can really be rooted in your heart to heart. Really seeing each other. I feel like you both communicate that, and especially when I feel like you're both very interested in knowledge and communication and how we communicate to each other. And I feel like whatever they're going through right now in terms of finances, like whatever they're picking up from you is very supportive, very nurturing, really helping them see, like, and create and continue to create and become aware of the sexual energy within themselves and how that's linked to their creativity. The intimacy, and also the longevity of life, you know. It's interesting here, you still take my breath away with the Grim Reaper. You know, it's like, it's so interesting. Like, you're either life or death to them, you know, because it's almost that feeling of like, they feel life with you, and without you, it could mean death. You know, it's like, I can't, like, can I really feel this intimate with someone, whereas I feel like if they're not around me, I might die, you know? And it's not that you would, but it's like you want them around you that much. It's very sweet. It's a very sweet energy here. I feel a lot of just cooperation, seeing each other, teamwork, like love, friendship, um, support, camaraderie. Like you're both creators. You're like, you love to do what you like to do. And you're both into wisdom and knowledge, and nobody likes to feel restricted, right? There's just this energy of understanding each other. You understand, and so the other, it's like you're able to um, just benefit each other through the way that you encourage yourself when you feel down, and the way they encourage themselves. It's felt by one another. So time to go. I feel like they're really feeling this energy of time to go, time to get a move on. It's time to get going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing. It's just like, and even in that song, Tom Petty, under my feet, baby, the grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to get going. And you got the boardwalk here and the green underneath. It's like a merging of nature and modern. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure you can feel it, however it resonates for you. It's so beautiful. It's like two people who may feel different and yet so complement each other so much. You're very complementary, and whatever relationships needed to go are going. In the past, it's helping them see what they need to let go of. That was inviting in that Grim Reaper type of energy. It's like you took their breath away in all the best ways, not the worst. And it's helping them see where they gave their energy away, their power away, their life force away to things that were actually not returning any sort of life back, which is highlighting intimacy here. And that's what's so beautiful about an intimate relationship, is it's equal give and receive. You can give life to another because they give life to you. And that's just how it's, this environment of stillness here. It's equal give and receive in its own beautiful way. There's just so much beautifulness here. Okay, so be mindful of the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron here, and allow yourself to receive any sort of energetic, esoteric wisdom that feels right for you. I feel like there's a magnetic attraction here, so being mindful of that, because it can literally feel, it's such a beautiful, pure connection. It needs to be honored in the most sacred ways. Be really mindful. It's helping you refine how you speak and communicate, and that in itself is going to give you such a wonderful feeling of being human and infinite being. You'll feel the confidence in yourself effortlessly just flowing, which connects you to all the things in your life that you're meant to experience, to feel responsibility for things that will feel really good, okay? So I truly hope this message resonated, what you're feeling about your person and what love is guiding them to do, which is all really beautiful. They have a lot of support around them, as do you. Okay, so just know that Grim Reaper energy, it's intense, it's difficult, especially if we've never felt it in such an intimate way. However, it's the catalyst that serves to where we really want to be. So lifetime after lifetime, I am a shining spirit, a beautiful light. It's like a new lifetime is beginning without passing away. I am always safe. I am eternal. I will go on forever, from experience to experience, which is beautiful, because we don't take the things from the past that were, rooted in that death energy with us forward. We get to experience a complete transformation, letting go, surrendering, and being alive to experience what we were always meant to experience in our authentic state. Okay. Beautiful lovers, thank you so much. I truly hope this message resonated and just affirmed where you're at and provided some guidance and support moving forward. Thank you all so much for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. I truly appreciate you for that. Please do connect with me on my social media. Those links are in the description. And until the next message comes through, I thank all of you so much for being you. I truly appreciate you. Take very good, extra good care of yourselves. And I'll see you all again for the next message that comes through. And all my infinite love, as always, peace.